Hi, fellow room fighters. This rotation's topic is books. But instead of just having you watching me talk about books, I decided I would show you some clips from when I went to the library, because our library is kind of cool, and libraries in general are awesome. And you can also see my attempt at the challenge, which is how many books you can balance on your head. So here's my first attempt. And here's voiceover Claudia to tell you what I think about books. So specifically for books, I'm going to tell you a bit of a story. It's kind of tied into Vlogbrothers and therefore Room Fighters as well, but it's also tied into books. And it starts in grade 7. A friend of mine suggested a book series called Uglies, or the first one in the series was called Uglies. And at the time, I didn't really understand, just the way she described it. I don't know, I don't think it was her fault. It might have just been I was preoccupied, but I didn't really understand what it was. But she wrote it down, and then later on I rediscovered the paper, and I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll read it. So I read the series, and I loved it. I instantly loved it, and so I was like, oh my god, who writes this? And it was written by Scott Westerfeld. And you'll see he comes up quite a bit in this story. But, so, I love him, and I read his other books, and then at some point, I don't remember exactly how, I discovered he had a blog. And I never really thought of blogs before as something I might be interested in, and certainly not some way that I can get closer to my favorite authors. So I went and I read his blog, and then one day he posted a video by this guy called John Green for this project called Brotherhood 2.0, and I had no idea what that was. But it was like a day in the life of young adult authors, and it was cool, and I thought John Green was funny, and I liked being able to see Scott Westerfeld. So I was like, okay, I want to check out his other videos. And thus, the nerd fighter Claudia that we all know and love was born. And kind of through that, through Vlogbrothers and through reading Scott Westerfeld's blog, I discovered a whole bunch of other young adult authors. And until then, because I discovered him in grade 7, I was still kind of a kid. It was really at that point, and it was with the discovery of Scott Westerfeld and Vlogbrothers, that I started moving more into young adult territory. And I discovered so many great young adult authors. I discovered Cassandra Clare, Justine Larbalestier, Scott Westerfeld's wife, Holly Black, John Green, Maureen Johnson, so many great authors. And I discovered that I could follow them on Twitter when it came about, and some of them were on YouTube, and a lot of them had blogs. And it was very fun, because I felt closer to the authors. And, yeah, it was pretty cool. So that's my story of kind of how, if you want to take it one step further, it was through my discovery of Scott Westerfeld and Uglies, and through that friend recommending the series to me, that I am here filming this Room Fighters video today. Because otherwise, who knows if I would have ever gone on YouTube and found Vlogbrothers. That's the rooftop garden that we have at the library. It's pretty cool. That's an old book. I think it's some kind of Bible or something. That is an original leaf from the Gutenberg Bible, which I think is pretty cool. This is all special collections. It's on the top floor of our library. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so right now I'm reading, I'm trying to work my way through all the Agatha Christie books that I can get my hands on. I got some of them at the thrift shop, and then others are just downstairs in our public laundry room thing in my building. So that's pretty fun. I like mystery books, and it's fun to see if I can guess who's gonna be the killer, and then I'm always wrong, so yeah. What else am I reading? I'm reading The Returners by Jim O'Malley. It's the third book in the series, I don't know what you call it, but started with The Declaration, then The Resistance. The Declaration was pretty good. Resistance was okay. Returners so far I haven't really gotten into, but I'm hoping it'll get better. Yeah. What else? I'm also eagerly awaiting the next book after Leviathan, which Behemoth, I don't know how you pronounce that word, which is coming out on October 5th, and he's coming to Vancouver in November, and I'm so excited because I love Scott Westerfeld. As you can see, he comes up a lot. Gillis, that's a family name. Oh yeah, this is me attempting to stack books in my head using only Harry Potter books. I fail miserably. Watch me fail. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. So, there you go. This has been fun. This was a very difficult video to make. Bubble tea! Oh, and then that's chapters. But until next time, DFTBU!